Okay, so let's look at one of the news stories that really bothered me today. There's a judge in Texas that ruled against Obamacare and, the Affordable Care Act. Um, Ruled against it, saying that in a case where he basically says that Obamacare is a forced payment that you're forcing people to pay for healthcare, which they won't necessarily want, instead of a tax, which is what it actually is. But I don't wanna go into the semantics of it all. I'm pretty much gonna go on a rant. This is the third time I'm recording this. I had a whole bunch of facts and figures, but I think maybe I just need to rant about it. So, yeah, what the fuck, America? You are the greatest nation in the history of mankind. Or at least that's what you're meant to be. And your politics are so ridiculously divided. I mean, public healthcare systems are for the benefit of your entire society. How do you expect America to move forward if like half of your population is worried about whether they're going to be able to pay for it if they get cancer one day, whether they can get chemotherapy treatment, or if you break your leg, can you go to the doctor, or must you just walk it the fuck off? It's ridiculous. And you know what? I totally hear the other side of the argument. I hear that government can be inefficient. They can fuck everything up, and they'll be corrupt, and someone else will be making all the money while the citizens suffer nonetheless. And I'm a citizen in South Africa, and I can tell you that that is exactly what happens when a government fucks up. I've never I've never gone to a public hospital. I've had lots of health issues, and every time I've gone to private hospitals, because going to a government hospital is not going to help me out. I'm going to wait in line. The care is not going to be good enough. The hospitals won't have the right equipment. The doctors are poorly trained. There are a million reasons why you shouldn't want this. But the kicker is that I live in South Africa, which is a pretty messed up country with a messed up government that has no accountability and is just really catastrophically shit at their jobs. You think your government's shit? Come here and live in Africa for a little bit, and then you'll see what real shit is. In places like Canada, your goddamn neighbors, Australia, the UK, Sweden, the entire industrialized world, they're all getting it right. And, they don't have the solid democratic structures that you have. Theirs are pretty damn good, but America has, your constitution is incredible. And the fact that all these checks and balances are in place and it's taking so long to move through this is an example of why your democracy works, because there are safeguards in your democracy. And yeah, I don't even know how to rant about this anymore. But your guys, you have it good. You live in a great part of the world. You're in the land of opportunity, and it just baffles me. I'm lost for words. But America, you can save something like $2 trillion according to a Koch study over the long term. So you're not only saving money, but you're making sure that people aren't living in fear of getting sick. That when someone has the flu, they don't come to work because they can't afford to go to the doctor or to pay for their medicine, and then infect the entire office, killing your productivity because everyone else has to stay at home now. When you're on the bus and someone next to you has fucking TB or something, but they refuse to go to the doctor because they can't afford it, then you're gonna get fucking TB. Healthcare it's not an isolated thing that comes down to the individual. There are all kinds of contagious diseases that you can get, and you want as few people as possible to be susceptible to those diseases, to fail to find treatment for it. It's just gonna make your world better, and it makes your citizens more comfortable. And why would you want anything else? Tax money, whatever. Your tax rates aren't actually that bad, and you can count yourselves pretty well off because your tax money actually goes towards something. Right here, our tax money goes nowhere but into politicians' pockets. That's pretty much all I have to say about it.